Y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to another review video. And today we are getting into the Pixi and Weylie, I think it's Hoang. I really should have looked up into this before I started filming, but I've just been calling her I Like Weylie because her YouTube channel is called I Like Weylie. So yeah, this collab with Pixi, I'm sure you've seen a lot about it because Pixi released also last year a bunch of collaborations with YouTubers, and they did the same thing at the start of this year. They had 3 YouTubers that they collaborated with, but I only picked out Weylie's to review here because if you can't guess, it appealed to me the most. She had a liquid, it's a dual-sided liquid and gel liner and an eyeshadow palette. You guys know I love my winged liner and I love my eyeshadow palettes, so this was a no-brainer that I was going to be testing this one out. I think it's pretty obvious that I don't have it on my eyes today. I am very sorry for that. I do like to wear it when I am doing the review, but it just didn't work out for today. I do have a tutorial though for it. I did it on my Instagram and I'm also going to include it in this video, so stay tuned for that and you'll be able to see the look that I created with this. But honestly, when you look at this palette, there's not a whole lot of variety you can get with this palette, so keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and jump into the swatches. I did live eye swatches of this palette on my eyes, swatching all the different colors, and I also did them on my arm, just a finger swatch, nothing fancy there. And I'll also show arm swatches of this little guy here. Keep in mind that when I do my eye swatches, I do not use any primer underneath. I just set it with a little bit of translucent powder just to keep any of my oils from messing up the eyeshadow. So it's on bare skin, no primer underneath it. And I also use dry brushes. I use an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, which I'll stick here for any shimmer shadows, and then for my matte ones I use a Sonia Kashuk 28 eyeshadow brush. I use that for any mattes. And then to clean my brush between each of those shadows, I use the Ulta Beauty Color Hue eye color switching pan. So I use that to clean my brushes in between so that they aren't wet. It just removes the color or the shimmer from the brush. But yeah, that's all the details I want to go in. Let's go ahead and get into the swatches. those are the eye swatches, and as I always say, keep in mind this is with no primer, nothing sticky, nothing to help it out, no fingers, so do keep in mind that when you actually use these realistically on your eyes with like concealer or primer underneath, they perform better. I took a poll once to see if you guys like me not using any primer, and more people said they like the no primer, so I just kind of like to put the disclaimer out there. If some of them look kind of a little like not sticking and stuff like that, or just not as pigmented, keep in mind they will become a little more pigmented. So go ahead and take this poll that I'm going to put here and let me know, do you like that I don't use primer, or would you prefer that I use some kind of concealer or some kind of base to give the eyeshadows like a fighting chance, you know? So do let me know that. But now that the swatches are done, let's go ahead and get into the little tutorial. Alright, so I apologize if anything looks weird. I tried to slow the Instagram tutorial down, but I'm just going into Potato and using that to warm up my crease after I prime my eyes. And then I'm going into BEAUTIS to start to deepen up the outer corner. This is the deepest matte shade in the palette, so I did go pretty ham in there trying to deepen it up. And then I took SISTA and just continued to darken up the outer corner and then blend it up into the crease. But it still wasn't as dark as I wanted, so I went into that Viseart palette and just packed it right onto the outer corner. I typically try not to do this, but I was really wanting something darker this day. And then going on with GURL, I started just applying it with a brush, but that wasn't working, so I used my finger. This is the first day I tried the palette, and I would recommend with that shade, definitely use a glitter glue or concealer, and it is so much more prettier than you see in this eye look. But anyway, then just going on to line my eyes, wing it out a little bit, and then line my waterline with the little duo that came in this set. And then going on with Balm, I'm getting super close to my lash line and darkening it up. And then going to take BEAUTIS again and kind of smoke it out, blend it out, just so there is no harsh lines. And then just taking my mascaras, Double Decker for the top lashes, IT Cosmetics Tightline for the bottom. And then going into Itty Bitty, I'm using that to highlight my inner corner. And there you go, that is the eye tutorial. I hope the tutorial was alright. As I said, I just took this from my Instagram video that I made. I just totally blanked and didn't think to save the footage to put in this video. But yeah, so now it's just time for the review. If you want to hear my full in-depth review on these products, go ahead and go down into the description box and you will find a link to my blog post, and I kind of break it down, give the pros, the cons, everything I think about this palette. I have it in the blog post so you can read over it. If you don't like lengthy blog reviews, then just skip to the bottom and I kind of give like a one-paragraph summary of my thoughts, whether I recommend it or not, kind of like an overall, like with everything I've just said, what do I think about it, would I recommend it? You can just read that and you'll get my thoughts really short, really quick. But yeah, just in case you missed my last review video, I am now doing it differently, where I am doing my review and kind of giving you my in-depth thoughts on my blog, and then on my YouTube channel I'll be giving live eye swatches and a tutorial. I hope this is okay with you guys. As I said, please give me your feedback. I'm going to be recording both of these before I've had a chance to upload it, but the next time I do a review, I should have your feedback to go off of. So I'm really hoping you guys like this and are okay with it. But I just feel like it's a better way for these review videos to not be so lengthy, and to also kind of incorporate both my blog and my YouTube. And it's better for me too, as someone who is like doing blog and YouTube, to find the time where, yes, I can write a review and I can edit swatches and put them up instead of doing both on both platforms. It was getting a little too much for me. So, and for me personally, I do enjoy reading reviews and I really enjoy seeing live eye swatches. So when I was trying to combine them, I just felt like it was getting way too long and I was having to cut down my review, and it just wasn't giving you my full thoughts that I would really prefer to when I do a kind of a dedicated video like this, or review video like this. But yeah, that whole spiel to say, that is why I'm breaking it up and kind of incorporating both my YouTube channel and my blog to share these kind of more in-depth review videos. But all that to say, if you want to hear my full in-depth thoughts on these products and whether I recommend it and think that they are worth it, check out my blog post. It will be linked probably up here in the eye as well as down below in the description box. But yeah, that about wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think of this new style of review, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.